Good evening, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. Forgot sort of what day it was today. I ended up sort of sleeping in today. I was sore from sitting in those bleachers for 2 football games. My body is not used to that. Got to condition myself for sitting in the stands for football games. It was funny too because I woke up this morning and I woke up kind of late because again, I actually went to bed early last night compared to when I went to bed like all of this week pretty much. Like I went to bed around the time like Matthew maybe left around 12 or 12:30 last night, and I think I took a shower and was in bed by like 1 or 1:30, which again was earlier. Like I've been going to bed at like 3 o'clock or later like almost every single night this last week. So like I said, I was actually up, you know, I went to bed sort of early, I guess, and I still ended up waking up sort of late. But when I got up, I like came out in the living room and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sore from that football game yesterday. And Jack's like, don't even talk to me about sore. But actually it was funny because I had told him, well, Matthew had mentioned something about how when he was in, you know, he played up at varsity, that a lot of times what their coach would wind up doing, because it's a different coach now than Jack has, but they would do film on Saturdays, and they would, but before they would do film, I think or maybe after, they would actually go and ride bikes, or maybe even while they were watching film, they'd ride bikes, because I know that there's a TV in the room with the bikes, like the stationary bikes, and they would just go and like work out their legs, that lactic acid buildup and stuff like that, you know, breaking that down or whatever. It was actually too, since we went to the stores on Thursday, we had orange juice, and so Jack had some of that too, which also helps. And so he had like a glass of that last night, and then this morning, like I said, since Matthew made that comment last night, I was like, well, why don't you, Jack, when you wake up in the morning, like go on a nice, you know, kind of longer walk, sort of work all of that lactic acid out and everything. And so he ended up taking a really nice long walk, and then when he came back, he was like, I don't feel sore at all anymore. He's like every once in a while I'll like rub my arm and be like, oh, I got a bruise there or something like that. He's like, but I honestly like don't really feel sore actually. Like my muscles don't feel sore, like my legs don't feel sore. And I was like, it's probably also due to like the conditioning that he did for track, and also while he was doing wrestling at the tail end of the school year, and you know, he did track summer camp, which was like a lot of running, conditioning, all that kind of stuff too. So I was like, that might be a good reason why you're not super sore. But you know, I feel like his walk, because he woke up this morning and was saying that he felt kind of sore, and then after that he was like, I actually don't feel that bad anymore. You know, like he felt better after that. It was funny too because he was like, I texted all my friends and told them like, if you guys are feeling really sore, go take a walk because it actually really helps. And some of them were like, no, that doesn't, like, I don't want to be more sore or anything like that. And he's like, no, seriously, like it actually made me feel better. And so yeah, but I told him that because I was like, I'm sore from sitting on the bleachers. And it's not just that, it's just after you've sat on the bleachers for that long, especially like without getting up, because like we don't normally get up to go anywhere. We like just stay in our seats. Like my mom got up one time, I think, to go and see one of Jack's like best friends since like elementary school. His mom just had a baby, and so my mom wanted to go over there and go and say hi. And that was at the beginning of the varsity game, I think, maybe, or like somewhere right around there. So she like got up for like a little bit and was, you know, up walking around, but I sat on my butt the entire time and did not get up for 2 football games worth, which was from 5:30, I think, that the first game started. So we probably, like, we got there, I think, around like 5:15 or so, up until Jack's game was over. I know we were in the Walgreens parking lot at 10:30, so it was probably close to around 5 hours or so that we were sitting and really not moving too. And bleachers are not comfortable. Even when you have the nice sort of comfy bleacher chairs, they're still not comfortable to sit on, like for 5 hours especially. I mean, it's a lot better than sitting on it. Like, I am just, like I said, sore from sitting on the bleachers. Like my butt hurts. And so I am just, like I said, today I was sore from that. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't think that taking a walk is gonna make me feel any better. But I did get up and actually did a lot of, I went around and watered all of the flower beds, or not flower beds, but I watered all of the sort of potted plants and hanging baskets and all that kind of stuff. And I ended up doing that because, well, I did that. And then it ended up raining, like not real heavy. It was actually right at the time that Jack was taking his walk. It started raining when he started walking. He said once he got past our block, it stopped. He said then he looped back around at the park and ended up coming back. He said as soon as he got back on our block, it started raining again. It was never like that bad, but it did start, it was raining a little bit. So I was like, maybe I actually didn't need to water some of the plants that were outside, but oh well, I still ended up watering them. But I ended up, so after Jack actually got back from his walk, we ended up watching the Bears football game, which was on at around 6 o'clock. Again, I woke up probably around like 11 o'clock or so, and then ended up, we grilled for dinner earlier, and then we ended up watching the Bears game, which was on at 6 o'clock. Then a little bit after halftime of the end of the Bears game, since it's still preseason, we ended up watching the fights that were on tonight, because my dad was like, I really want to watch these, and they ended up going until midnight. Now it's like 12:30. The entire time though during the fights, which was probably from like 8, maybe we watched them till 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. From that time on until just about now, I have finished doing my jewel list, and I actually went through like Ibotta and everything like that, which I have not done in a while, to go through and figure out what all the deals and matchups and stuff like that are from that. Went through all of that as well, and actually found a lot of stuff and several like freebies and stuff like that too with the Ibotta. Like they have freebie offers available and stuff like that. So I, like I said, went through and was adding all of those deals too. So my jewel haul, if I can find everything, because a lot of times too it's hard to find some of this stuff. Like they've had the core bars, those core probiotic sort of bars, they've had them free after rebates, and I've checked for them a couple times, and they say they have them at Jewel. They say they're in stock at my Jewel, but I can't find them. And like I see the spots and they'll be like out of like one kind or something like that, but then they won't have the other one. So I'm like, where are these? And I also cut a lot of the stuff out that I was actually planning on getting, because my list was super long, and I was like, we're gonna spend like $100 or something like that at Jewel. But for the amount of stuff I was getting, I was like, this is honestly, I would think it was like $70. And I was like, honestly though, I think we spent like 30 or less than that between Valley Produce and Caputo's. So I was like, that's not that bad, because that's normally about $100, and then we'll spend whatever else at Aldi. So again, I was like, that's a pretty good price. But yeah, I don't know, I'm like I said, I like didn't want to spend that much, and like I haven't done any Ibotta deals a lot recently, so I was like, well, maybe I can try and do some of them, and then if they have them available still next week, then I can try and do some of the other ones. And not all of them were free, but they were like also paired up with sales that were going on, so I was like, I don't want to miss the sale and like, you know, hope that it'll be back around like next week or something like that, or in a couple weeks or whatever, because then the Ibotta offer might be gone if the sale's back, but the sale might be over, you know, and by the end of this week, and then the Ibotta offer might be gone, you know, or might, you know, still be there or whatever. But and it might not be back around, or the, you know, the Ibotta offer might be gone by the time the sale runs back around. So anyways, yeah, but I don't have much to get at Aldi. It doesn't look like there's like 2 produce things, and I think that was it. And I heard maybe we need garbage bags and Dixie cups. So I think that's it. And then at Menards, I saw that they had Mums on sale. I think I might pick up a couple of those as well. But yeah, I think that's sort of it, guys. I don't have much else really going on to go and pick up tomorrow, but I'll share with you guys that in tomorrow's haul. I should be able to do at Jewel. Like I said, it's just, it looks like I like sometimes don't like doing really big hauls like that though, because I am like, I'm gonna forget something or pick up the wrong thing of something, or like what if the, you know, like I don't get my receipt back or something like that, and then I have like this whole big thing worth of stuff that I don't wind up getting anything back on. Because like I've had that happen where one time I lost my receipts, the other time I ended up what ended up happening, the like receipt ink or whatever was like running out, so you couldn't read it, so it couldn't submit, I couldn't submit it. which was a huge pain. So like I said, there was a handful of times that stuff like that ended up happening. But I think the time I lost the receipt, actually I didn't have any Ibotta offers, which was sort of good. But anyways, like I said, I'll share with you guys my haul in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.